Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Hope you are doing well and you had a good Monday and an even better sleep. Today is going to be a beautiful day. They're talking up to 55 degrees today and sun all day long. So I am hoping that you're going to get up this morning, you do whatever you do, relax a little, get your work done for your 4 core subjects, get all that work in. Maybe it'll take 2 hours or 2.5 hours and you are done the rest of the day. These are just suggestions, but again, it feels good when you get all your work done in the morning and you have the rest of the day to play. So first and foremost, you're going to need a couple different things today. We're not going to work out of our workbook. We're going to work on in scrap paper. So what I'm going to do now for the first minute is I'm going to again show you the answers from yesterday's work. While I do that, would you please locate maybe 2 or 3 pieces of white line paper or computer paper, clean paper, pencil, pen, whatever you want to work with. And let's go over some of your answers. Now, I'm just going to hold the camera above your answers. My suggestion is pause me and check off each one you have correct. I will say this was a new concept and an awful lot of you sent me answers yesterday that were not correct, whether you were graphing them in the wrong direction or your solution sets were kind of a little wacky. Again, that is kind of going to be the norm because virtual learning is so difficult. I'm not standing next to you. You can't ask questions. So again, my suggestion is pause this, check them all off, and let's get started. All right, so today what we're going to do is we're going to use those pieces of scrap paper that you have found, and we are going to go ahead right now, and we are going to solve a few problems. My suggestion while we do solve these problems is just take a second to go through everything, make sure that each of your problems is correct. You really shouldn't be rushing through these, so just take your time. All right, so let's start with the very first problem. We have y is less than or equal to 9. Let's do what we did yesterday. So let's think about how to graph this. So we're automatically going to take our 9 and place it in the middle of our graph. Now, what my suggestion might be is as I give you each problem, just jot it down and pause me. You don't have to listen as you do the work. You can pause me as often as you'd like. So first and foremost, and this is where a lot of you struggled, is where do I put the larger numbers and where do I put the smaller numbers on my number line? Remember, less than to the left, less to the left. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to go and draw those less than numbers. To the right, obviously, has got to be more. And it's time to graph this. So the first thing I do is I take my 9, I put my bubble on top of the 9, and I say to myself, do I shade in that 9? Is 9 less than or equal to 9? Whenever you have that or equal to, you always shade this in. What direction am I going to shade? Well, here was the trick yesterday. The trick was look in the direction of this arrow. It's pointing to the left. We're also looking for numbers that are less than. That less than is to the left. And there is your graph. Now here is, I think, the hardest part, the solution set. And this is where a lot of you struggled. It's very important. Watch my trick. See the arrow? That's where your dot, dot, dot go. To the other side, let's look. Does 9 work? Is 9 less than or equal to 9? Yes, it's filled in. The 9 comes down. The 8 comes down, the 7 comes down. Dot, dot, dot means just like the arrow, it goes on forever. So all of these numbers are less than equal to 9. All right, pause me if you need to fill in some notes. Copy down this problem when you're ready. All right, so this says x is greater than 15. So let's start to graph it. Let's put that 15 in the middle. Remember, less than to the left, less than to the left. 15 is the number they give us. That's where we put our bubble. Now, do we fill in that bubble? Is there an or equal to? There is not. That stays empty. Now, what direction is my inequality symbol pointing? It's pointing to the right. Well, what does that mean? That means x is greater than 15. Remember, less than goes to the left, so it doesn't say less than. So we go to the right. Let's do our solution set. Look at the arrow. Dot, dot, dot. Let's go to the left side. Does 15 included? It is not included, so let's go to the 16, and the 17, and the 18. I like doing my solution set directly below the line, so all I have to do is bring down the numbers. I don't want to put them in a different order. I want to put them in the same order you see them on the number line. Pause me if you need to finish this one. Let's go and do one more. 12 is less than or equal to x. Now, we learned yesterday when graphing inequalities that we never want to start with the number. We always want to start with the variable. So if we're going to switch this around, instead of x being at the end, we're going to put it in the beginning. Instead of 12 being in the beginning, we're going to put it at the end. And since we flipped everything, we're going to flip the sign as well. Let's graph it. Lefty less than. Hopefully today this is getting a little easier, I'm hoping. Obviously with practice everything gets easier. Put your bubble on 12. Do I fill in that bubble? Is there or equal to symbol? Yes, there is. Fill it in. What direction is the inequality symbol pointing? If you want to, you could even cross this out so you don't get confused. To the right. And here is your solution set. Here's your arrow. There's your dot, dot, dot. Is 12 included? It's filled in. It is. And there is your solution set. Again, unlike in class where I'm teaching to 30 students, you have the opportunity to pause me at any time, rewind. It's like a set of class notes here. So take advantage of that. Please go back, check things that you need to. Listen to me do a problem again if you're not sure how to do it. It's very easy just to say, oh, I don't know how to do it. Go back and watch the video again. All right, now I'm going to give you 3 problems that I want you to try on your own. Go ahead and copy them down. Pause the video now. When you're done, I want you to try these problems. If you haven't paused it yet, pause the video and try these problems now. These negatives are tough because we really haven't talked about negatives this year. So there's your first one. I think the hard problem with these negatives is, I know it looks like these are getting bigger to the left, but with negatives, the further away from 0 in the negative direction, it gets smaller, believe it or not. Again, we'll talk about that more when we get to see each other sometime in May. But let's draw this. Ooh, we got to fill that in because there's an or equal to symbol. And again, pause me anytime. Okay, are these easy? No. Do I like them as a math student, as a math teacher, as an artist, someone who likes to draw visual? Yeah. It's a little bit refreshing. It's not really math if you think about it. It's really just drawing. And for some of you, this will be a nice breath of fresh air. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to do 6 problems for me today. All right, let me find these problems in my book. You're going to do them right on your graph paper, your white line paper, your computer paper. You're going to snap a photo of them and you're going to post them on your Google Classroom. Here are your 6 problems. Again, you can pause me if you'd like and copy them down, or you can copy them down as I show you. I've got a bunch of shout outs, but I'm going to save them for Wednesday. We will be taking a quiz later in the week, so one of the days, either Thursday or Friday, will be a real easy day. It'll just be like a 5-question, kind of like an exit ticket type of quiz, where you'll just come on, you'll click on a link, you'll answer 5 questions, and you'll be done for the day. But that'll be either Thursday or Friday. You guys have a wonderful day. Go out, play, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Adios.